This barber shop in Makati had to close down for more than 2 months due to the COVID-19 pandemic. While it has reopened, business remains low. Owner Federico Guevero says from 30 customers pre-pandemic, they now make do with as much as 13 per day. He says 2020 was the worst in his 14 years in the business.
Lugi talaga, siyempre. Kasi mahina talagang kita. Pagkakasyahin mo na lang sa upa at saka sa kuryente mo. Bawi-bawi lang din.
Federico is just one of the many Filipinos who felt the pandemic's impact on the economy last year. During the fourth quarter of last year, the Philippine economy fell by 8.3%. While the contraction improved compared to previous quarters, it was not enough to shore up growth for the full year with GDP at negative 9.5%, the lowest on record since 1946 based on Philippine Statistics Authority data. This is also the first time that full-year GDP declined since 1998. All three major sectors, agriculture, industry, and services, pulled down economic growth. Quarantine restrictions also slashed household spending by at least 800 billion pesos in 2020. It brought an annual income loss of 23,000 pesos per worker last year. While restrictions were eased in public transportation and mobility, Acting Socio-Economic Planning Secretary Carl Chua says private consumption, which makes up around 70% of the country's GDP, has yet to catch up. Economic managers see recovery hitting pre-pandemic levels by mid-2022. An economist says this target is possible but will depend on the government's push for increased spending.
Kailangan talaga magsimula na talaga ngayong buwan, next month. Yan. So kailangan talaga gumastos sila ng gumastos.
Unlike neighboring countries, Balberan says the country may still be looking for the right balance between life and livelihood.
I think it's not just the vaccination again, this is a whole of country approach. Yun yung nagagawa ng ibang bansa in relation to sa paglaban dito sa sa pandemic na ito. So meron silang may malaking konsiderasyon ang ekonomiya versus doon sa health protocols.
For now, what's clear is that a return to the kind of lockdowns during the early months of the pandemic will no longer be possible.
Now, this is the most difficult policy decision that we have to make. But we have seen that a careful balance wherein we gradually open the economy. So going forward, we cannot afford any more prolonged quarantines or risk aversion.
Chua says the government is banking on easing age restrictions and mass vaccinations to aid faster economic recovery. Malacanang says Bayan Entry may also be an option if the 2021 national budget fails to provide enough stimulus. Shaila Francisco, We Are One News.